everyone, and welcome to another episode of Disqualified. I am Trevin June, joined as always by Caleb.
Hola.
And Go-Go.
Yeah, so unfortunately he has a little bit of a sickness. His throat, or not his throat, his voice is not that good right now, so hopefully he'll be back when we do SmackDown in a video that I'm going to tease later on when we get to it.
Because today we're talking about NXT at the 2300 Arena.
Yes, the ECW Arena special. Oh my god, this was so good.
It was real good. Basically, another little NXT mini PLE. Mm-hmm. And let's just get right into it. Yeah, we open up with a little clash of egos with... It was
Jada Parker
versus...
And Lola Vice.
Yep.
In a women's hardcore match.
Yep. Apparently, according to the subtitles, the first in WWE history.
I think so.
Yeah.
I can't remember it. I think the most hardcore match type they've done for the women is Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but this match was honestly pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it like warmed up the crowd really well. Yeah. The only thing I have to say against this match is if someone is taking a brick to the face, they should not kick out of it.
Yeah. Another thing is that this was special guest refed by
Dawn Marie.
Yes.
And feeling the energy of the crowd just through the TV screen, because it was more of a intimate arena.
Yes.
Like it was really close to where the fans were.
Like if any of our audience are theater kids, like think
it's
of
Black Box.
Yes, it was very much like the wrestling version of Black Box.
Yeah, so you were right up there in the action. But this match was just balls to the wall from the start. We had a teardrop through a ladder.
Yep.
We had Jada go for the hip check onto the stairs on the outside.
Yep.
And then after the brick smashing, she hit another one of those hip thrusts into Lola. 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Yes, it definitely set the tone of like these matches are going to be gruesome on this show.
Yeah, they definitely started off the night very good, as I've said before. I think it was a good match. Once again, my only gripe was that if you're going to get hit with a brick, you shouldn't kick out at 2.
No, yeah. Like that brick was sick. Another... what was I had something in my mind. I can't remember.
Was it when Lola swung the kendo stick and she was not swinging it legitimately?
Oh yeah. No, that was I remember what I was going to mention because it does involve Lola. As a former track runner, while they were setting up a couple ladders, Lola was stretching a little bit. I'm like, she's got Charlie horse. I recognize those stretches.
I was just like, bro, what is going on? I know if he was here, the one thing he would say was, she spent way too much time just standing in one spot, not doing anything.
Yeah, but I'm like, she's got a cramp or a Charlie horse or something, because I recognize those stretches from my track days. It's like her legs are cramping up for some reason.
Mm-hmm. But that was the opening match, and then we move on to our next match.
Yes, which I believe was Wes and Javon?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It was Wes and Javon.
Yes. So before we get into this match in the backstage segment, Wes, before all the entrances started up, attacked Rob Van Dam.
Mm-hmm. Who was talking with Kalani Jordan, giving her advice about what to expect in kind of like the 10-woman tag match. And then out of nowhere, you just see the cameraman get moved.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell happened? And then you hear the chair make contact with Rob, and you see his Nikes on the floor, and it's like, oh, he got taken out. You're kind of guessing, who took him out? And then you hear Wes yelling, like, you should have stayed out of this. Now look what happened to you.
Yep. Yes. And then we get to the match. Javon enters first, not knowing what happened to Rob, but he comes out, Wes comes out, and they have a good bout, honestly. Like, those two got some good chemistry.
If there's one thing that I want to see, it's another 7-match series in WWE. Javon and Wes. I would take that 7-man series.
They got some good in-ring chemistry.
Mm-hmm. But we see towards the end, Wesley grabs a chair, and you point out, you're like, is this another disqualification? I was like, no, this is a normal match.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, he's just going to get himself disqualified. Yeah. And then we hear, one of a kind.
Yep.
And here comes Rob Van Dam.
Yep.
The whole effing show, he comes out, does not get physical.
Nope.
Surprisingly.
He squares up a little bit, and Wes looks like he's going to start the ringside brawl, but that boy Bouncy suicide dives.
Yep. And then he rolls him back in, and he flies across the whole ring pretty much.
Yep. Like corner to corner.
The spot, but I also think it was an unnecessary spot to jump all the way across.
Corner to corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that boy is definitely bouncy. And then after the match, we see Rob roll Wes out the ring and celebrate with Javon raising his arm.
Mm-hmm. Little veteran congratulating the new talent.
Yeah, I think hearing the pop that all the legends got this night.
Yep.
Oh, it was so cool.
Yep. And the legends are just getting started because after this match, Ava had a special announcement.
Yes, and the announcement is the deadline is happening December 7th.
Yep.
Which is a Saturday in Minneapolis. And the Iron Survivor challenges are coming back.
Yep, there will be both an Iron Survivor match for both the men and women to determine the number one contender for both the NXT World titles.
And if you don't know what this match is, it is 5 men, 5 women in a ring. Well, so it starts off with 2. There is a 2.5 minute, I believe, buffer between entrances. And then
it's 5 minutes.
Is it 5 minutes?
Yes.
Then it's 5 minutes between entrances.
Yeah.
Person A could pin person B. Person B now has to go to a penalty box for 1.5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then person C comes out, person D comes out, and then person E comes out.
Yep.
Whoever
So
has the most wins at the end.
Yes, all 5 competitors enter by the 15-minute of the 25-minute mark.
Mm-hmm. So think of this as a Iron Man match with extra steps. Yes. That is very much what it is.
Yes.
But the winner of this
Yep.
will possibly, and I think it's going to happen, is going to go on to face the respective champions of both divisions.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited.
Yes.
In a couple days, we are going to be recording this video and putting it out on who we are guessing is going to be in the Iron Survivor.
Yes, who we are hoping to see in there.
Yep. So keep your eyes peeled. That should be out within the next week here on Disqualified.
Yep. But this segment also had a little special something to it. Ava was continuing on saying, like, this audience is amazing. Like, we're not even halfway through and y'all are hyping it up. Like, this is...
And then Robert Stone started talking his shit.
Yeah. And
saying that the Philly fans weren't good.
Yeah, not hardcore enough. Like, New York is more hardcore, Boston is more hardcore, and all of a sudden, the lights go out. And then they come back on.
And then you see Rhino, and I started chanting, Gore! 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 Gore!
And you got your wish.
He hits him with a gore, which if you don't know is just another word for the spear.
Yep.
Hits him with the gore, and then you see Rhino get up and go, ah! And he celebrates, and that was a cool thing. He is currently contracted with TNA, so we might see him.
Yeah,
every now and then.
Yeah, we've seen plenty of TNA crossover with NXT, and it's hinted at we're only going to see it further with Joe Hendry teasing at a Rumble spot.
RVD also tweeting out today that while he didn't get physical, that he will be back. The last time we saw Rhino as an active competitor in WWE was 2016 during his tag team run with Heath Slater on SmackDown. But now we move on to our next match.
Yeah. Something I do want to comment on is after we came back from commercial break, Ava and her 2 people, I forget their names.
Robert Stone and Stevie Turner.
Yep, Stevie Turner was carrying out Robert Stone, and we were like, dang,
No sweat broken. She just said, "Come on, Robert," and walked him away to the trainer's area. While we get an update from Fraxium.
Yeah.
Ava says that next week she's going to bring all the tag teams together and basically address the future of the division, how it's going to go. And we're pretty much going to see the number one contenders emerge from either this segment next week or a match that happens after that at Deadline. But then we have Fraxium talking a little bit, and Axiom is like, "Hey, we should go there and scout."
Yeah.
And Nathan Frazier says, "Nah, it's an off week for me. See ya." So.
Yeah. Just continually teasing at that breakup, much like how it's also teased that A-Town's gonna break up, but...
Hey, Axiom, man, I know you like Sparking Zero. Just take the week off and play Sparking Zero, dude.
It does look like a fun game.
No, I haven't tried it yet, but I need to.
Yeah. But then...
we get into... It was Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah.
Defending.
That was after the tag match, but...
Oh, yes, it was after the tag match.
Yes, in this post-commercial break thing, we do see who called Tony. It was none other than...
Nunzio! I thought it was going to be Lil Guido, but it was Nunzio. And he says, basically, you're leaving us on the outside. He tells Rizzo that she has a match next week with Nikita Lyons.
Yep.
So that finally gets to happen. And then, later on tonight, Tony D'Angelo and Nunzio will go one-on-one for the NXT North American Men's title.
Yup. And then we finally get into what some people thought was going to be the main event, but isn't, is the tag match with our current NXT champion Trick Williams and
Bubba Ray Dudley
versus All Ego Ethan Page and Ridge Holland.
Yeah, this match... surprisingly, went to the heels.
Yeah. So it did open with an interesting and funny spot of it opened with Trick and Ridge, but Ridge, being a heel, decided to go for a cheap shot on Bubba. Bubba no-sold it.
I think he dodged it.
He knew.
I don't think Ridge made contact.
Oh, he
I legitimately think he went like...
And just stares at Ridge, and Trick's like, "You want at him?"
And then Trick goes like this, and Bubba just 1,000-yard stare still. And I'm like, are you gonna tag the man in?
Yep.
Finally gets the tag in.
And get some offense.
Bubba gets some offense. It didn't look as bad as I thought it was gonna.
No. Like he was definitely focusing more on sort of a boxer style, but still, for how late into his career he is, still a decent amount of offense.
Yep. And then I think we see Ethan come in for a little bit.
Yep.
And then we finally get the tag back into Trick. Mm-hmm. Trick tussles with them. And then a roll-up.
Yeah, from Ridge. Yep. 1, 2, 3. The person eating the pin is your champion.
Which I think sets up Ridge versus Trick at Deadline.
Yep.
And then we see afterwards, they start to jump Trick, the heels. And out of nowhere, Bubba comes in and he starts helping out. He takes out Ridge. And then there's Ethan in the ring with just the two men. And then they do their what's up headbutt, which I love that spot.
Yep.
And then we see Trick. Get the tables!
And Trick goes to get a table, but...
No tables.
No tables under the ring. Apparently,
they forgot to select tables for this match for the weapon wheel.
Or the woman used, or the hardcore match used them all, but all of a sudden, we hear...
Testify! It's Devon!
Yep.
Devon Dudley comes to the ring carrying a fucking table.
Yeah.
And I said, of course Devon had the motherfucking tables. Slides it in, and then they double choke slam Ethan through the table.
Yep.
And Trick and Booker technically become honorary members of the Dudley Boys just for tonight.
Yep, gained some pairs of glasses. This was definitely the just force feed us all the
nostalgia moments.
Yeah.
This was probably the highlight of my night. Was seeing the Dudley Boys back together in the ECW arena. Granted, Devon did not get to do anything physical because he has had some health stuff, but it was so nice to see them back together again.
Yep.
Got in the ring, Trick raised their hands, and then that closes out that segment.
Yep. And then we move on to what was hinted at earlier, the defense of the North American Championship with Tony D'Angelo versus Nunzio.
From the FBI, the fully blooded Italians.
Yep.
Or as Zach said, the female body inspector.
Yeah.
But this match was pretty much just nothing but an extended squash.
Yep.
We saw,
Nunzio did get some offense, but it was Tony's game throughout the entire match.
Yeah, we saw, I believe his name was Tony Marmaluke on the outside. Get hit by Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah.
And then the funniest part of the match was Nunzio doing the cross.
Yep.
Before he got spine busted.
Yep. But another comment I made was Tony going from Oba Femi, one big A man, to seeing some of the offense he got. Nunzio can go, but that man looked scrawny.
He's 52, and I saw a lot of people shitting on him, bro. You try looking that good at 52.
No, yeah,
you could definitely that good.
You could definitely tell there is still a decent bit of muscle weight on that man, but him standing next to Tony with Nunzio's shirt off and just Tony and his tank top, it's night
and day difference.
Yeah, it's oh.
But yeah, this was an extended squash. Still don't know where Tony's going from here.
Yeah.
We still don't have a hint.
It was teased because after they were celebrating for a decent bit, they shook hands. We cut to backstage where on the backstage TV, Sean Spears and Brooks Jensen are watching. And Brooks is shouldn't we do something? They're celebrating, and Spears says, no, let them celebrate because it'll let down their guard. So it's they're definitely hinting at Tony versus Sean Spears, possibly some Brooks Jensen involvement with the rest of the family, but who knows?
And then we also get this little catch-up segment from the No Quarter Catch crew. With Lexus King walking away defeated and William Regal saying, he's not his father's son. Looks at Charlie Dempsey, his actual son, and says, are you your father's son? And he says, I don't know. Time will tell. But then he addresses the rest of them. He looks at Tavion Heights and I'm forgetting Miles Bourne. Miles Bourne's the other dude. He looks at them. You two should be in the tag division. Think about that. And then he also looks at the female. I can't remember her name. I'm forgetting her.
We talked about her recently, but I cannot remember.
But they also say that this isn't his group. This is all of yours groups.
Yep.
So he wants to see all of them be involved, and I think it would be cool to see more of Tavion Heights. That's really the person that I think is going to break out of this group.
Yeah.
Tavion Heights is fucking ridiculous if you watched any of his clips from when they sent him over to Japan for a little bit. He's insane. I think he has a bright future in this company.
The female is also just a funny character. She was the girl that slapped Kalani to be Charlie said I needed to break out and make some moments, so
we'll see where that goes with Charlie Dempsey. He is still the NXT Heritage Cup championship or champion. I don't know if that's ever going to get brought into a game or not. I don't think so. But then we move on to our main event of the evening.
Match of the night, honestly, too.
So, this is a lot of names. I'm gonna list them off, and here we go. So, the heels first, we have Fatal Attraction, which is
Fatal Influence.
Fatal Influence, sorry. I was thinking of Toxic Attraction, because that's pretty much what they are. It was Jasmine Nix, JC Jane, and Fallon Henley, your NXT Women's North American Champion, and Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez, your NXT Women's Champion, taking on the babyface team of Kalani Jordan, Jordan Grace, Zarya, Stephanie Vaquer, and Julia. There was no way the heels were winning this match.
No. But it was basically a blow for blow all match long.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I can't remember who. No, it was Stephanie that started the match, and she started off with, I believe it was Cora.
No, I think it was
because Jasmine Nix got the tag. She started with JC Jane because Jasmine Nix got tagged in.
Yeah.
Stephanie did her famous move that I can't even, I don't know the name of it, but she just traps her opponent's head in her thighs and then just bounces their head like a basketball 6 times or 5.
Yep.
Pretty famous move.
Anytime I see it, I'm like, ayo.
Zach wants me to put that on him in 2K, and I'm telling him no. It's never going to happen. That's why I'm looking into the camera and looking into this man's eyes. It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
But I want to jackhammer.
Yeah.
But I want to jackhammer.
Yeah, but then, it eventually, tensions get escalated, and it eventually leads into a all 10 people
brawl.
Yep, where the ref is just like, I don't even know what to do about this.
He was in the middle, then he just gets out and he's just like, fuck it, go.
Yeah, it's like, I know who the legal people are, hopefully you do too.
Yeah. I got confused because I thought Jordan was the legal woman at this time.
Yep.
But it was Zarya.
Yep.
And we see everyone basically do their big moves outside the ring and stuff.
Yep. And then Zarya hits a spear. And then I believe she also hit an F5.
So, she went for a spear on Roxanne. Her and Roxanne were going back and forth at the end.
Yep.
And it looked like she went for an F5, kicked Jasmine Nix in the... No, it was Cora.
Yeah.
Kicked Cora in the face, drops Cora with Roxanne's feet. Roxanne gets down. Zarya goes for a spear. Roxanne moves, Zarya hits Jordan Grace, her teammate, with a spear. And then, afterwards, Roxanne goes for a pop rocks, and I'm sitting there thinking, no. Zarya can't eat a pinfall loss. She just debuted.
Nope.
Yeah, nope. Counters, pop rocks, hits an F5. 1, 2, 3, hooking both legs. Faces win.
Yup.
And this match, it was a match of the night. The Dudley Boy spot was moment of the night.
Yeah.
This was match of the night.
Yeah.
It was just balls to the walls action. It showcased that NXT once again has the deepest women's division in the company, or in North American wrestling, in my opinion. But yeah.
This definitely proved this brand is insane. You had stories moving forward, even just in the backstage segment. We'd even bring up the Ashante the Adonis segment. But it's they have so many people on this roster, and they are all still getting story and screen time, even if they're not in a match.
One person that popped up was Eddie Thorpe, and I thought he had been released. So I apologize to him. I thought he was gone because I have not personally seen them since the last Deadline match they had on TV. But yeah, NXT once again proven to be the best show on their network.
Yeah. To be fair, the other shows are getting to hype season because we are approaching WrestleMania season, because after Survivor Series, they will start teasing at all the WrestleMania stuff.
Yeah, this upcoming couple months for Raw and SmackDown should be the best shows that we see, hopefully, with the switch to Netflix coming in a little over 2 months.
Yeah, also a whole little more than 2 months without a PLE means you've got to make your weeklies mean something.
Unless Saturday night's main event is actually being put through as a PLE, I thought it was just a special that they would have done. Because they do specials sometimes, like with Tribute to the Troops.
Mm-hmm.
They did a special when the Shield had their last dance together. They do specials every now and then.
Yeah.
I thought this would have been one, like they did with Starrcade a few years ago, but no, I think this might be a PLE. And if this is, then they should honestly market it as that.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I think this is pretty much all we have to say for NXT.
Yeah. Amazing show.
Amazing show. Did its job. Next week it goes back to Tuesdays.
Yes.
So this was the special Wednesday night one. They went to head to head with AEW.
Mm-hmm.
But this is it from us here.
Yeah.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell too.
Yeah.
This has been Trevin.
Hi.
Gordon is absent. Zach behind the camera. And I've been Caleb. This has been Disqualified. Thank you for watching and thank you for your time. Peace.
See ya.